So good morning to all. So I'm very happy to welcome you all for the second session of today's program. So I'm very happy that we have with us today Dr. S. Renukadevi. She is the professor and head Department of Engineering Education to National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, NITTTR Chennai. So she's very busy. In fact, she's coordinating another ACT ATAL FDP program. So in this particular duration. So first of all, I should thank her for accepting our invitation to deliver a lecture in this ATAL sponsored FDP program. So without much delay, may I now invite Ms. Ruby Freya, co-coordinator of this program, to introduce Dr. S. Renuka Devi to the participants.
Thank you, ma'am. Today's teacher should be able to demonstrate good intellectual, moral, emotional, and social development and be able to promote the same among the students. We are eagerly waiting to listen about this from the speaker for the session, Dr. S. Renuka Devi. Dr. S. Renuka Devi is Professor and Head, Department of Engineering Education, National Institute of Teachers Training and Research, Chennai. She has done her BSc, MCA, MPhil in CS, PhD in Engineering Education, PGDGC in Guidance and Counseling. She has 30 years of experience in teaching, training, and research. Her areas of specialization include engineering, pedagogy, and psychology, training technology, instruction design and delivery system, knowledge management, educational psychology, soft skills, gender studies, guidance and counseling, transactional analysis, emotional intelligence, neuro linguistic programming, yoga, and healing techniques. She has offered a course on student psychology on MHRT Swayam platform. She is also a certified NLP trainer. She has been trained in the area of information technology and distance education through satellite at University of Northumbria at Newcastle, UK. She has also developed a model of virtual TTTI for the Chennai project work. She has also completed 4 doctoral dissertations in engineering education, currently guiding 2 scholars. She has experience in guiding research projects at master's level, guided several projects undertaken by overseas trainees also. She is a member of doctoral committee member at IIT Madras, University of Madras. She has also conducted many conferences, workshops, and she has received Best Paper Award in 2 occasions and Best Teacher Award 2012 by Pondicherry Psychology Association Psychometric Educational Services Award 2005. I request you, ma'am, to take over the session now.
Thank you very much for an exhaustive introduction, and thanks to Madam the HOD for giving me an opportunity to be part of this program. Actually, the title given to me is the Mental and Emotional Development. It's one of the most appropriate titles. I'm thankful to the organizers for introducing this topic to the teachers, so that in this pandemic it is very, very relevant area for one's introspection. So thank you once again, and to be part of this prestigious ATAL FDP. My voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am, it is audible.
So today we are going to focus on a few parameters of student development, because basically all these FDPs by ATAL AACT is for the benefit of teachers, and naturally the indirect benefit will be for the students. Whatever you learn here, you are going to give back to your students. So that way this session assumes significance. It's a two-way benefit. One is whatever I'm going to teach today in this session of 90 minutes, it's going to be useful to you, and it is also going to be useful to your students. So I want you to get all the techniques from this session and implement even with your own children in the house. So that's how the session has been planned. So first, let me share my presentation. Can you see the slide?
It is seen, madam.
Yeah. So the topic is mental and emotion development. And I've added one word here, which is called as the Gen Z learners. I will explain to you why there is an addition to the title a little later. So when you now most of you would be here, teachers would be attending this program. So generally, when technical teachers, when they join a profession, okay. So there are two aspects of people taking up teaching as a profession. One is most of us would have selected teaching as a profession by chance, and few of us would have selected teaching as a profession by choice. So for instance, I selected teaching by chance because when I graduated, those days it was very difficult to get a lot of MCA graduates. So a lot of industries were asking for MCA graduates, but the family pressure, they said, okay, you go to teaching, that would be better. So why I'm talking about this, whether we have selected teaching by choice or by chance, is that when we are unprepared for the profession in the beginning of our careers, most of us would have been unprepared for the profession. The reason is when we have learned so much, we always want to be in the industry for some time and serve the industry, get the experience, and then just to switch over to teaching. That's how we all thought. But somehow, due to some difficulties, we had to teach in the profession. But once we settled into the profession, we started liking it. Most of us now, we feel it is better that we are teachers. We are in a profession where knowledge transfer is there. Children remember us. It's a noble profession. So many things. Now, when you become a teacher, you are the previous week. So many of you would agree with me that if in the previous week you were a student, a PG student or a research student, and you become a teacher the next month or the next week or the next semester. You are into a classroom. You are into a classroom where so far you have been sitting and listening to the lectures. Now you become a teacher and you have to teach to somebody in the beginning of the career. And especially in technical education system, there were no formal training like the UGC academic staff colleges. So most of us do not have any idea about the psychological characteristics of students who are sitting. There is a message. Am I visible or not?
Madam, you are visible, but you are projecting your slide, right?
Yeah. I am projecting a slide. Yes.
But your PPT is we are seeing only black color.
PPT is not coming.
Yes, the
Oh,
first slide was visible. Yeah, first slide was visible.
just a minute. If there is any problem, just somebody unmute and let me know so that I will be able to correct it. Yeah, just a minute. Now is it visible?
Yeah, just try for the slideshow, madam. It is visible now.
No. Slideshow means I won't be able to shift to between the screens. I have
Okay.
made letters bigger. Now is the screen visible?
Yeah, it is visible now.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Is it now okay? Now, in the when we just thank you, Ramesh. So what happens is when you go into a class, we are not fully aware of the psychological characteristics of students. We just know that they are in the age group of 18 to 21, or 17 to 21, or 17 to 23. So that is the only thing that we know, and they are coming from different family backgrounds. They are coming from different disciplines. They are coming from a school environment. This is how we know, but we really do not know what are the psychological characteristics of the students, and we do not have a formal formal information about psychology of students, either in our even in our BE program or whatever it is, ME program. So it assumes significance that every teacher who has to teach in a classroom should understand the nature of the learners. Even if you see the basic teaching model developed by Robert Glaser, there are 4 components in this model, as you can see: objectives, entering behavior, instructional procedures, and performance. Like every other model for technical product, teaching also has a model where it is said that you are having objectives spelled out by the curriculum. You have instructional procedures, your methods, materials, and media that you have to plan for, and you have to do the evaluation. But what is also important is you need to know the entry behavior of your learners. When you are going into a class to teach a particular topic, you will always ask them whether you know this topic before. You always, some teachers say, oh, I take the attendance, I just wish them, I greet them, I know the mood of the class, the emotion of the class, then I proceed. If it's the last hour, I don't take any important topic. So many things you have to plan for. So entry behavior of the learners is very, very important. So entry behavior for each teaching session is also important, because whether they know the topic already, but entry behavior in general to the institution, to the teacher, if you are going to be with the students for 4 years, if you are going to be a mentor, you need to understand their psychological characteristics. That is why we are here, I am here. So I would like to focus on an important word called personality. Personality is this word we are using several times in our lives. Is a good personality, is a wonderful personality, is a pleasing personality. But personality is, when we ask somebody to define, it's a confusion how to define that. Whether you will define in terms of the beauty of the person, or whether it is in terms of the beautiful talk of the person, or in the non-verbal communication of the person. So the formal definition of personality is, it is the sum of physical, mental, emotional, and social characteristics of an individual. If you take, for example, any person, the personality of the person has to be defined in terms of 4 parameters: physical, mental, emotional, and social characteristics of an individual. It's very apt that AICT included such a topic, mental and emotional development. So if you take any person for that matter, see, take the example of our former president, Professor APJ Abdul Kalam. He has a very distinct physical personality, very distinct hairstyle. He is a very intelligent person, very stable emotion person, always radiating positive emotion of happiness, and could connect to all sects of people, let it be scientists, let it be technicians, let it be students, let it be film personalities, let it be politicians. So if you look at Abdul Kalam as a personality, a complete personality, physical, mental, emotional, and social characteristics predefined. Similarly, you as a teacher, you also have a personality, and the student also has a personality. You as a teacher, you have a personality, and the student also has a personality. So what is the difference? You are an adult personality, the student is an adolescent personality. You have fully a physical personality which is grown up. We are not going to grow further. We may grow sideways, but we will not gain height. But in the case of student personality, lot of things are undergoing change. So that is very important for us to know about that and change or orient our teaching and learning according to that. So that is the reason of why we are learning about personality. And personality is something, see, if you tell your student, Please read this, it's very important. You tell any number of times and you say that still they are not listening. The only thing is, for mental or emotional or physical or whatever it is, whatever you say, their mind should accept and start improving. So here the importance is how we are going to say it, how we are going to train, how we are going to provide strategies. That is what I'm going to give. So when I talk about the student personality, teacher personality, there is a huge gap in their personality. We have fully grown, they are still growing. They are still growing in terms of what? So we have three phases of adolescence, where the people who are in the middle and late adolescent comes to you, to your classes. And please understand the adolescent personality, because if you want to change their mental and social emotional development, you need to understand what they are going through. See, there is a very great proverb which says, adolescence is a period of war. No one gets out of that period unscathed, because they undergo a lot of difficulties. They undergo a lot of problems. See, mainly if you see adolescents' problem, I always admit, I always tell that they face more problems from the house environment. I will never blame the teachers, because they come to them after they complete personalities form to the classes. And when you get your adolescents into the classroom, and if you talk with them or discuss with them, most of their problems come from the home environment. I'll tell you, for example, if you take the case of the case study of many researchers that's being done about adolescents' emotions, most of their emotional problems uh, stem from the environment of the house, because parental pressure. Parents are one group of people who always want maximum performance. They always tell them to do things which they do not like or they do not want to do. So it is a period of, see, one side, when they come to the college or when they are in the online classes, they have been asked to focus on learning, they have been asked to focus on the study, they have to be online all the time. And the moment they just go offline and just start working on their mobile, the parents will say, you have finished the class, why can't you go and study? Why can't you practice? Why you are always sitting on the mobile? So you see that there is a environment in the house which is always under pressure. There is always an environment in the institution where it's always under pressure to read and acquire knowledge. So the idea here for you, the idea here is, most of us, whenever I went to an engineering college and wanted to know about the characteristics of adolescent students, if I say list 4 characteristics or 5 characteristics of adolescent students, teachers would always come out with all the negative characteristics. They will always say sleepy, adamant, disobedient, talkative, and slowly some teacher will say they are intelligent. And that too, the teacher has to gain lot of courage, because there are so much of negativity. Then that I am to say this to the, whether I'll say this or not, whether fellow faculty will fire at me. So generally the opinion of all people is about adolescents is they are problematic creatures. But in reality, it is not so. You are going to see here. Understand first thing from this information that I've shown you, that it is a period, difficult period of one's life. And most unfortunate thing is, we have all passed through that life, but we have forgotten that we were also trouble creators to our parents and to our teachers. I'm talking about the majority of the people. So, adolescence is a very difficult period of one's life. Now, coming to the most important part of adolescent characteristics. As I told you, in personality, it is the sum of physical, cognitive, emotional, and social. There is also a fifth characteristic, which is beyond the scope of this lecture, which is called the spiritual characteristics, which I take a separate lecture on spiritual characteristics. But let us focus on these four: physical characteristic, cognitive characteristics, social characteristics. I have made the two in a different color because that is the talk of the crux of that, like my lecture today. But student has four characteristics: physical characteristics, cognitive characteristics, emotional characteristics, and social characteristics. So what are the physical characteristics of the students? See, this is the period in which still growth is happening, bodily changes, internal bones are growing, okay, internal organs are growing, body is undergoing a lot of physical changes, okay, and also a lot of hormonal changes in the body. Now, this is the period girls become taller than boys. There is a person who comes in the first semester looking like a small boy with a babyish face, and second year you see him grown up taller, looking like a man with all features defined. So still they are undergoing a lot of physical changes in adolescence. The physical characteristic is determined by what is called as a wellness quotient, which is shortly I have written there, WQ, called as the wellness quotient. So physical characteristics, some things they have to care for in physical characteristics. You can ask, madam, what I can do with the physical characteristics? It is mostly hereditary in nature. What can I do? When you look at the physical characteristics, there are a few things which the adolescent doesn't bother. They don't care about. They care about how beautifully they can present themselves to the outer world, especially to the peers. See, today morning, all of you must have got ready for this classroom, this lecture. All of you must have got ready. You would have selected your clothing today only in the morning, what to wear for this particular classroom. But adolescents, no, they prepare what I will wear, whether my peers will say it's beautiful, it's good looking, whether my shoe is okay, whether my hair is okay. If you see in the traffic, when you are just traveling in the traffic, if you see the young people, no, the moment the signal they stand, they will just adjust the hair in the mirror. And worst is with girls, they will take a steel tiffin box to look at the back of the steel tiffin box whether they are looking fine. So they are conscious about their appearance. But when they are conscious about their appearance, they are not taking care of their nutrition. That's one area which every institution in the beginning should give a lecture on how to care for nutrition. They are all street fooders, street food junkies. They like fried stuff from other places, packed stuff from other places. You can see the market for kurkure, lays, and how it is related to a teacher. The eating of food, coming and sitting in the class with stomach upset, not listening to your class. You are using your entire energy to teach a very difficult subject, and if you ask a simple question, he is not able to answer because he is emotionally in a very sad state, depressed state, because his health is not all right. And whether we understand the emotions of all the 60 people or 50 people in our class, that's very important. So physical characteristics where they are, one thing is they are not caring for nutrition, they are not caring for planning, organizing themselves, everything in the last minute, leading to a lot of stress. And they don't organize themselves. So a lot of things happen in the physical characteristics. So we can have a separate strategy session. Now coming to the cognitive characteristics. If you look at the cognitive characteristics of adolescents, you can see that intelligence reaches its peak during this period. To take the cognitive characteristics of adolescence, intelligence reaches its peak during this period. And just a minute. will show you the cognitive characteristics slide. See, what are the good characteristics in cognition? Increased ability of understanding, increased ability to generalize the facts, increased ability to deal with abstraction, development of memory and imagination, ability of problem solving, increased ability to communicate with others, ability to make decisions, intellectual development reaches its peak. So here, if you see the qualities, if you see the intellectual or cognitive characteristics also referred to as mental characteristics, okay? That is why your title is mental and social development. So when the cognitive characteristics, they have the required intelligence, they are able to see, if you are in a engineering mechanics class, you are talking about a ball being thrown in the form of a parabola and you are going to derive an equation for that and solve a problem, then in that case you are not showing throwing a ball and generating a parabola, you are just drawing a diagram on the two-dimensional board. So they are able to visualize. In the computer science classroom, you are talking about inheritance, polymorphism, function overloading, operator overloading, objects, class. Child is able to understand, child is able to visualize. So that means cognition is present, but whether proper use of the cognition for betterment, for better score, for understanding, for doing effective practicals, whether that cognition is there. See, when we talk about cognitive development, the required thing is IQ, intelligent quotient. Intelligent quotient is very important. First, I talked about wellness quotient. Then I just now talked about intelligence quotient, IQ. Now, tell me one thing. See, around 160 people are here. How many of you have measured your IQ in the past? You can type in the chat window. How many of you have measured your IQ through any test? Do you know your IQ? Yes or no? I need some more replies. Yeah. Very good, very good. So you understand, yeah, not yet tested, because I know it, because our education system is focusing only on subject knowledge. How difficult it is for the teachers that without any parameters, you will have to start teaching. I'll give you a case study. See, for instance, there are some children, see, when in an institution, you also have sometimes children from rural as well as children from urban. Okay, children from rural. So urban children are more refined because they have more exposure, they have more area, they have more interaction with the society. But rural children, not much. And you see, urban children will have English knowledge to a larger extent. And if you take the case of rural children, they may not have the fluent communication. But when they come to join an institution and these two people are into a single class and you are going to the class for the first time, you cannot identify who is intelligent and who is not intelligent. English is not intelligence. English is a language. There may be a person who has studied Hindi medium, or who has studied Urdu medium, or who has studied Tamil medium, or who has studied Sanskrit medium. He may be intelligent also, but only expression. If you ask him mathematics to be expressed in Tamil or Hindi or whatever it is, he will be able to explain. But generally, general perception is if there is English, a person can speak good English, he is intelligent. See, suppose if you are a teacher who is very fluent in English and you are going and taking the class, the child who does not know English, even if he is intelligent or she is intelligent, he may not open the mouth. Only when you do the first assessment, when you do the first testing, you know that whether that person is really intelligent or not. So, children have the required intelligence. First of all, we have to understand. Sometimes when they don't answer, we get agitated. We say, stupid, idiot, don't come to my class from tomorrow. You can't answer this simple question. Please understand, there can be a barrier. There can be an understanding problem. There can be a language understanding problem. All children, they have passed the prerequisite examination to be in your classes. That means they have the basic intelligence. So the crux of this point is, all children have the basic intelligence to survive. Now, when they have the basic intelligence to survive, what is the role of the teacher? Fine tune the IQ. Or again, whenever I give any input, you may ask, why should I know this? You are the person responsible for fine tuning the IQ. Even in schools nowadays, if you see, they are doing bridge programs. Suppose if a child is coming in and if assessment found science is a problem, mathematics is a problem, English is a problem, bridge program. So one simplest way is bridge program. There are several strategies coming in. I'll be talking about that later. So IQ development is brain development. How you can effectively develop their brain. Now, intellectual development, for example, there is a building which is opened in a government institution by, say, in 1980 by the then chief minister. There is a private institution, the 1980 a building was opened by the same chief minister. If you go and see the marble, there will be a marble inscription. Whenever in a building is opened, there will be a marble inscription. So in the government institution, in the private institution. Just to go and see both the marbles. Do you see both the marbles will be the same? Will be spot and very bright and clean? See, in 1980, the marble that was fixed in the government institution, many people would not have cared for it. There would be a thick layer of dirt on it. Thick layer of dust that has accumulated over the years. If you go to a private institution, every day there will be one laborer who will be cleaning all the marbles. This is just the difference between your rural children and urban children. Rural children are crude. Whatever their innocence, they come with that. Urban children are more refined. So you have to refine the rural children also to the level of the urban children. That's one thing you have to care for. There is no dearth of intelligence, only fine tuning of intelligence, very, very essential. So just to divert attention from listening to me alone, I will just give you one exercise. See, one of the strategies which I'm going to talk about later very extensively is about how you can improve the intellect. Improving the intellect is directly leading to brain development. So brain development, latest tools, latest techniques are classified under what is called as brain gym. Have you heard of this word, brain gym? Yes or no? Please respond, then only I will feel more enthusiastic to give you many information. Okay, so only hurry, but okay, Ramesh, yeah. So you have not heard about this word brain gym. Okay, shall we do one small brain gym now? Are you interested to do it? Can we do a brain gym now? One simple exercise. Okay, fine. So all of you, you can pin my window, pin my screen so that you will know. Now, you see that, take the index finger. Okay? You can put me in full screen, you can see it. Take the index finger. Draw a 6 in the air. With the index finger, draw a 6 in the air. Easy? Is it easy? Done. Okay. Easy. Very good. Very good. Now, just move a little bit your chair. We have done in the right hand. Take the right leg. Okay. Take the right leg. The big toe. Okay. Big toe. Draw a 9 in the air with the big toe. 9 in the air with your big toe of the right leg. Easy? Easy, right? Now is the next instruction. Do both simultaneously. 6 in the index finger and 9 with the right toe. Do it. Tell me whether it is easy or difficult. Not able to do it, right? Because I'm giving 2 instructions, 1 instruction to the right brain, 1 instruction to the left brain. Brain integration is not present. It's not able to take both the decisions, it is not able to accept both the decisions because there was no practice. Please have a look at this picture. I'm still presenting. I may be jumping. Please don't bother. What is the picture here? What is the picture I am showing? What is the picture that's on the screen? Please respond. Human brain. So it is the left brain and the right brain. So left brain is full of blocks. Right brain is full of green pastures. See here, what is that? Left brain is always doing number crunching, okay, decision making, symbol processing, logic, everything. So it is actually a full of intense information process. Right side is creativity, happiness, music, enjoyment, yeah, travel. Most of the time, where are you? You are in the left. Okay. So there is no both brain activation, midbrain activation. We are not involved in activities which is leading to midbrain activation. We are always involved in activities which is leading to only overthinking. So what happens is, in the absence of a training to the brain, in the absence of exercise to the brain, we tend to get into a lot of cognitive or mental issues. Okay. So I gave you one exercise under brain gym. I will tell you more exercises a little later. Maybe you can also practice one more thing. Are you all with me? Yeah. Yes. Now see here. Now see here. Keep the 5 fingers like this in the right hand. And keep the L in the left hand. Okay, alternate now, alternate now, alternate now, alternate now. You are able to do it? This is also one of the simple midbrain activation techniques. Okay, so I will talk in detail about this brain gym a little later. Let me come back to the main body of the lecture. So we have talked about the cognitive characteristics or mental characteristics, where we are talking about fine-tuning the intellect of the students. Next comes the emotional characteristics, because we are focusing on mental and emotional development. See, in emotional characteristics, what is the first one? Can anyone read this emotional characteristics? Unmute and read the emotional characteristics. One of you. Come on.
Complexity, playable emotions because of complexity, development of abstract emotions, emotional feelings are widened, conflict with parents, increase in negative emotions, capacity to bear tension, capacity of sharing emotions.
Next slide also, madam, please.
Loyalty expands, positive and negative peer relationships, realism in emotional experiences, ability to review hopes and aspirations, conflict with parents, tolerance of loneliness, increased compassion.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So here, if you see the emotional characteristics, the very first emotional characteristic, as I indicated earlier also, is complexity. Because of complexity, labile emotion because of complexity. What is labile? The meaning of the word labile is ever changing. It keeps on changing, ever changing emotion. You see that, suppose if you have, see for example, my director calls me and suppose I have made a mistake, and my director calls me and tells me the why you have done this. I go to his room and he scolds me, madam, why you have done like that. When I come out of that room, I will be in the same mood throughout the day. Director has scolded me. Oh, why I have done this? If I have not done this, I'll feel much worse, much bad. I have not done the mistake, but I have been scolded. The mood will stay for the whole day. But if you take the adolescent, suppose he has done a mistake, the teacher HOD called him, the teacher took him to the HOD, he was called there, and the HOD scolds him. The moment he comes out of the room, okay, the moment he comes out of the room, the mood immediately changes. By seeing the friends, if some friends ask him what happened, nothing happened. He was blabbering something. Okay, but you see, suppose if there is a fight with the peer, a friend, that emotion will be, mood will be there for a long time. He'll feel for that for a longer period of time. So it is completely different in the case of adolescence. It's a ever-changing, complex emotion. Even in your house, you may have adolescent children. They'll be talking to you nicely. Next moment, they will start attacking you. They will start saying some things which they will not oblige. If you say something, they will tell negative things. If you say why you can't do this, you said you have trained me like that. So always they have a negative emotion. And the development of abstract emotions like love towards the opposite sex during this period, they try to have some good friends of the other sex, so that they can talk to them, they can mingle with them. There was emotional feelings only with the parents. Now the emotional feelings widened to friends and peers and teachers. Most of their emotional problems stems from the conflict with the parents, increased negative emotions with parents, and positive emotion with the peers. And capacity to bear tension. These adolescent people know whatever they are going through, they do not want to share with you. It's very difficult to get the things from them. You will have to, even if you sit with them for counseling, you will have to cull out many things very patiently. Capacity of sharing emotions with the friends and peers, not with others, not with elders. And also in socialization, mostly they try to mingle with the group of choice, unless and until, suppose there is a faculty in the institution, suppose this boy is very good in bikes, there is a faculty who is also very much interested in bikes, he will start liking him. Suppose he knows to play badminton very well, he is a state champion, and there is a badminton champion in the form of a teacher, he will socialize nicely. I'm talking about the immediate connect. So to those people, they will be little closer. Capacity of sharing emotions. And the next is loyalty expense in terms of positive and negative peer relationships. They are able to always in the house, the parents, or in the college, the teachers will say, you people are not bothered about your future, you are not bothered about your career. In the house, mother and father will always say, especially mothers, what you are going to do, where you are going to end up, which job you are going to see, I'm to find a good girl or a boy, whatever. The parents will always have a lot of negative inputs. Please understand that adolescents have what is called as an identity crisis. They always, in their mind, the thought that where I'm going to end up in my life, where I'm going to live, where I'm going to be in my career. Where I'm going to be in my career, where I'm going to reach. This crisis is called as in psychology as identity crisis, but we are not aware of it. This psychological identity crisis, we are not aware of it. We always think they are carefree people, they don't bother about their future. If you are really a patient parent or a patient teacher or a concerned teacher, if you work with them, you will know the fear that they have about their future. Most of the parents would not want to talk to their children every day. Only they want whatever they want information to talk to them, they will deliver that information. No parent spends a quality amount of time with the student, with the child. All the time parents know they want only rooftop performance. They want to pass only JEE. They want to pass you only to get a good college, but they will not want you to listen from the child what exactly he wants, what exactly he needs. And one thing we all should note, lot of times children choose the courses either due to parental pressure or because some friend is going to that college, I will also go to that college. That friend is selecting civil engineering, I am also selecting civil engineering. So I have an interesting counseling case where the father, how parental pressure destroys the intellect, destroys the emotion of the child. There was a beautiful good sportsman in school, state champion in a sport, qualified with good CBSE marks. But what happened? He wanted to join in a deemed university in Chennai. 2 places. He has applied. He has cleared the entrance. Suddenly, his father one day told him, "Come, we'll go for admission." He said, "Where you come? I'll tell you." So he went and put him in one college, which he didn't expect. It's a regular college. It's a regular engineering college, not a private university. And he told, now my friends all recommended to put you here, so I put you here, you have to study. He was put in some mechanical engineering. You will not believe, after putting this child in the course, at the end of the third year, the boy is having around 18 to 17 to 18 arrears. And then the parents are coming for counseling. Now, what do you do? Who is at fault? See, when the parents is, when I spoke to the parents are saying that he is not studying, he is always on the social media, he is not even talking to us, he is not going for the sport, he is only concentrating on getting things from us, good bikes, everything, and he is just in his room. He is not only coming down for eating and then going back to his room, something like this. But when I spoke to the child, situation is entirely different. Parents never told that I have forcibly put, parents will never tell their mistake. I have forcibly put him in this college which he never liked. So he went there. The college is a very always focusing on academics. Every day lot of work, no entertainment, only going to the sport also stopped. So totally the child got derailed. And what happened? He started, you know what he told me? He told me that I want to punish my parents because they did this mistake. They did not put me in the choice of my institution or my course. They wanted to put in the choice of that. So most of the emotional problems stems from the fact of confrontation or emotional issues with the parents. So, and moreover, in this time, they are able to tolerate loneliness and they are also having increased compassion to certain things, not all. Now, coming to, so we have discussed what is a teaching model where learner entry behavior is very important. I discussed about personality. I discussed about the student characteristics in terms of physical, emotional, cognitive, and social characteristics. And we exclusively looked at the cognitive characteristics and emotional characteristics. So what is required is emotion management skills. So we need cognitive or mental development, we need emotion development. Now coming to the most important topic of the title, okay? Title is assuming significance. You see, I was talking about Gen Z learners, okay? Gen Z learner. Who are Gen Z? Generations of learners. If you see, there are 4 generations so far identified. Now, 2015, after they are finding out a name, baby boomers were just born immediately after World War and Spanish flu. I don't know what is going to after Corona, children born after Corona. So just after World War and Spanish flu, there was a decline in the population and people became relaxed that because one disease has ended and one world war has ended, so they started to relax and produce more babies. So that is why this generation is called baby boomers. And then people started moving across continents and children were born out of wedlock. So psychologists, educationists, medical practitioners confused how they will name this generation. Any unknown variable is named X, so they gave this generation the name X, 1964 to 1979. Then subsequently, the second generation was Gen Y and the third generation was Gen Z. Please understand, Gen X was born and towards the end of Gen Z, technology started to emerge. Gen Y is a generation which was born in technology. Already technology has developed and Gen Y people, most of you teachers would be in Gen Y. So Gen Y technology people were born. That is why Gen Y are called digital natives. Digital natives because they are native when the digital was already there and they were born there. So if you are in Your born place is called as a native place, no? So it is digital native. Now, what about Gen Z who are sitting in your classrooms? Gen Z are neo-digital natives. From the womb, they are imbibing technology. Nowadays, if you see, lot of programs for mothers to be, music programs, exercise programs, yoga programs. And recently, there is one video viral in social media about exercising. So, Gen X is called digital migrant. Technology took birth here and we all migrated to technology. So these are the 3 generations, 4 generations, and your students are Gen Z learners. So what are the characteristics of this Gen Z, the current generation? I talked about the psychological characteristics, but especially for this generation, what are their characteristics? So they are digital natives, more of visual learners. See, because they have been seeing visuals right from day one, toys, games, mobiles, gadgets. So they are more visual learners. See, there are 3 types of learners: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. Visual learners, more of visual learners today because of the technology. And this is a generation which is always wanting. This is a generation which is always wanting innovation. What next? See, for instance, I'll tell you, I was using only Android phones, and my son was pressurizing me, get one iPhone, get one. But somehow the mental set is, what I'm comfortable, I don't want to go out of it. Even very beautiful some other brand comes in, we are very traditionalists, some of us. So the moment I went to buy one, then I bought my first iPhone was a iPhone 6. I was initially so much resistance to change. But once I started using, I started loving iPhone. So safe, so beautiful, no stress to the eyes. Even when I was using Samsung, I was getting a lot of ear pain. But after I started using 6. You see, after 6, so many phones came, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you know, the next time when I went to the store also, I was asking, do you have still 6 or 6s? Are you understanding? But if you take the adolescent of today, he will want only the iPhone X or iPhone 12 or now iPhone Retina. They always want innovation. What next? And they are habitual multitaskers. They can do multiple tasks. Okay. And nowadays, today, if you see, many of the children have an alternate career or alternate work. See, wow, very interesting phenomena which happened in the last 2 decades, last 20 years. There may be some young parents. Tell me, how many of you are sending your children to extracurricular activities? Please let me know. Type in the chat window. Like sports, like music, like instrument, like karate. Tell me. Type in the chat window. Yes or no? It's very important. No, to what you are sending, that you can tell me. Whether you are sending to music or you are sending to martial art, you are sending to something. Good, good, good. Neetu, yeah. See, there is a very interesting thesis in Shodh Ganga. You can go and just have a look. A study on overscheduled children. A study on overscheduled children. For the past 2 decades, parents are very much fanatic to send the child to 2, 3 alternate extracurricular activities. If you see, they may be going regularly to some Byju's class, that's academics. They may go going to be to one instrument class. Some of them are sent to sports. Some of them are sent to music. some are sent to martial arts. Over the years, due to all these trades, they develop an interest for one alternate trade, one alternate career. Due to that, many of them are early starters. See, for instance, I became a professional only after my qualifying degree. Nowadays, as early as 10th standard, 11th standard, some people are musicians, some people are playing instruments, some people are karate trainers, some people are martial arts trainers. So, they are early starters and entrepreneurs. See, now there is a program called Kidpreneurs. Kidpreneurs. There, one of my friends' children, both of them got an award in Thailand. They are kidpreneurs. One person was making some decorative items, innovative decorative items. Another person was doing decorative detergents. Very beautiful detergents he has made. So kidpreneur, one is in 5th class and one is in 8th class. So due to all these things, they become entrepreneurs. They have an alternate career. They are born social, more global, entire shopping segment, online shopping segment is decided by these young people. It is a success focused generation. Now, just one more slide. So they are environmentally aware. There's a pragmatic generation sense. See, when I was given some task by my father, I never questioned him, why are you asking me to do this? But today's generation, if you give them any task, they will say, why? Why I should do it? Why I should read this? Why I should do this much of work? Why this 2 volumes of mathematics? Why 3 volumes of physics? Like that. So they are a questioning generation. And very low attention span. Please remember, this point is very important. Very low attention span, 8 seconds. Not enough mindfulness. Not enough mindfulness. Tell me, please, I think, how many of you? 165 people are here. I'll give you 1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute, 60 seconds now. You just, 60 seconds, maybe keep your watch or alarm in front of you. 60 seconds, just look at the watch without any other thought process. Your time starts now. 60 seconds without any other thought process. Stop. Now tell me, was it easy or was it difficult? Whether you went from this classroom to your college and to Big Basket, to Amazon delivery, to a meeting in your institution, how many thoughts came in? Okay? So what happens is, mindfulness nowadays is missing. Mindfulness is just focusing on a single thought. We are wandering so many places. Attention span for you, most of it is that why Gen Y is only 12 seconds. So that is one of the problems with adolescents, very low attention span. They have very less trust on others, do not rely much on parents, intellectually disengaged generation. Means not much reading newspapers, not knowledge expansion, not much discussion. If you call him and ask him just what is the corona status, I don't know, you just go and see. You have to see the television, not me. Cynical. What is cynical? They criticize everything. They are so emotionally challenged that they criticize each and everything, slash career rest, and it is not the healthiest generation. So what are the strategies for Gen Z learners? So this is the final, I'm going to talk about the strategies here, and I will teach you some of the techniques now. So be attentive towards the end of the session. We have another 30 minutes left. See, first is now that your students' entire cognition is now based on technology. So everything is earned in terms of technology. See, when I tell my husband, please, my mobile I have kept somewhere, you just please dial my mobile number. So what do my husband do? Sincerely, he will take his mobile and he will start going to contacts and taking my name Renuka, and then he will dial. When I tell my son, please dial, he takes his phone and say, Mom, Siri, dial mom. Am I right? He just says, Siri, dial mom. This is the persons you are having now in your classrooms. And you know, you have people who are using technology for their convenience, and they will not use technology for other things. They will use technology. See, if you say my elder son is a late adolescent, to tell him, beta, why can't you just order everything from Amazon or Big Basket? You put it, I'm little busy. No, that alone you do. He will only use my Amazon account to see the movies, not do any online purchase. So this is how they use technology to their comfort. They use technology to their comfort. So every time when you want to teach them anything, you will have to teach in terms of online, digital. Pedagogical readiness, very important for cognition development. Because in your teaching, you care for the attention span. If it's not going to be interesting, he is going to fly away from the class. And nowadays, with the convenience of the online class, he'll put your video in off mode and mute also, and he will sit comfortably. And also give information in smaller chunks for easy digestion, easy grasping. Provide visual information. When you are presenting slides, don't have only text, give a lot of visual information. And also keep them reinforced messages, means send them in, keep them in contact, and provide only relevant knowledge, because today's memory issues are going to come a lot, memory difficulties. Storage of information. See, previously when we are all young, that time we can store 100 telephone numbers. Now you young children, they are not remembering anything. They don't have any facility to remember so many things. See, remembering numbers and repeating and taking out from them was a memory exercise. Now that's not being done. So provide only relevant knowledge, provide mostly experiential learning, so that the assimilation and storage will be very easy, because memory issues need to be resolved in young people. And just a minute. Now coming to the strategies continuation for cognition and emotion development. Brain gym. I told you one activity of brain gym. Now I will share you a video. Please, hereafter I'll be sharing you a lot of links. When you are free, you can just go and have a look at these videos and try to see. Sometimes it is difficult. You may ask, Madam, will these young people accept all these things? You will have to educate them. Certain things you make it compulsory, certain things you make it voluntary. Definitely they'll do when the see, the other day my son was younger son was asking, so difficult to study the 11th standard portions. So you just say, no, go and study, that's important. Means he'll just ignore. But I called him and sat with him and said, there is a very beautiful proverb. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. I told him how when you study in your young age, how you can be so comfortable in your old age. He was convinced, and then he went to read. See, like that, adolescents will not like group messages, adolescents will not like casual messages, they will just ignore. If there is a real difficulty, call them, counsel them, use the mentor. If you are the mentor, you mentor the people who are under you. So here, I am going to show you some links which will be useful for you also as faculty. You can also use Brain Gym, because you see we are undergoing lot of stress which is leading to the damage for the brain. So many people are getting diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's by the age of 40, 50, like that. So now I'm going to show you the midbrain activation video. I'll show you only for a few minutes. I will paste the link in the chat window. You copy it when you are free in the evening. Please see that video, and whatever exercises are suitable, before starting the class, like I did the exercises, you can do them. So now I will mute myself because the video has to play. Someone tell me in the chat window whether you are hearing the sound of the video.
And spelling are important. But if you want to write essays that inspire,
Ma'am, you're on mute, ma'am.
So this one I have told you, and also you can go to one site in the internet. Very beautiful, very beautiful. You can see this. Just a second.
Do you want to become a G?
I'm going to share it now. Stop presenting. Similarly, I'll mute now. This is a wonderful site. You can just catch it, and when you are free, you can see, and you can also train your own children on this. I'm just muting my.
Genius. Do you want to become more intelligent? Abraham Lincoln once said, if you give me 6 hours to cut a tree, I will use the first 4 hours to just sharpen my axe. number one of
So the site name I have put in the chat window. You can just type that in the YouTube, and you will get plenty of videos from this person. Yes, he's a very trained brain gym specialist and activity-based learning specialist. Okay, coming back to the PPT, the next thing is sensory acuity, means making your sense organs very acute. Means what happens is, now when I talked about mindfulness, the thoughts go away. How many of you observe in the morning when you go up, listen to the noise, sounds of birds chirping or the noise of some specific things when you are opening the tap water, whether you are mindful of the noise that the water falling on the wash basin is creating, whether you are able to sense your brush of toothbrush against your tooth. So much of attention to your five senses. When you are eating, see, many of the people do this mistake nowadays. When they are eating, keeping the cell phone or the tab on the side and not concentrating on the food. There are two things. One is visual attention. Another one is your taste buds, your tongue, and also your gustatory. So what happens is sensory acuity, giving importance to sensory organs, very important. The third one is nutrition. See, you may not be as a faculty, maybe nutrition expert, but you can certain things, a little bit of information exposure, avoiding junk food when they are going for an important assignment, when they are going for examinations. And in the beginning of the year, yes, the entire children first year can be oriented towards how nutritious food can help them. Now in corona, people are telling take too much of protein, very important. So there can be a separate session on what is nutrition for young people. See, I know of a college where in the beginning, for the entire freshers, as exclusive class on nutritious food is being conducted, how to take nutritious food. Now, due to not organized, non-planning things, everything in the last minute, so they get into a lot of stress. So what is the base? There are a lot of stress busters. See, even in brain gym, when we talk about music, okay, when we talk about instrument music, okay, if you see in the brain gym back, there is a music played. So in stress management, one thing is if you just want to get out of the stress, there are several techniques. We can have a separate session on stress management for 3 hours. I have a student psychology course on the Swayam platform. You can also register there and learn all about these things. I have given an exclusive 8 weeks program on student psychology in the Swayam platform. The next course is coming up in July. See, in very simple stress management is just when you are feeling very stressed, just leave the place, go out for a walk, or go to some other friends or room and talk, or exercise. Okay, listen to instrument music. Okay, listen to some good comedy, because a lot of regional languages have a lot of comedians. And nothing, just have the video of Charlie Chaplin. You will be completely out of that. See, I do one because being an adult, I do manage my stress in different ways. One is I watch comedy. Another one I do is I watch good sites where lot of cooks cooking. One such very good cooking site. It's a very beautiful. Just the pleasure of seeing that, and it was so beautiful. I'm typing the name of the site. All, even everybody, even men can start cooking, so beautiful. You know, the beauty of this particular person, there will be no audio in the uh, file, means in that in the video, you will not see the voice of the person. It's only action and music. Such a soothing, such visual presentation by this person. And more importantly, this person, her name is Archana Hebbar. She is a master's in technology, married a person in, I think, Australia. And she went with her husband. She could not get any job. And she started, without knowing anything about cooking, she started to learn about cooking. Please, without fail, go and see today on YouTube, Hebbar's Kitchen. You will find a lot of recipes. The way it is being prepared, I have seen several cooking videos, but this one is a stress buster for me. So similarly, you can ask them to have some good stress busters, good films. Say something, people will say Lion King has lot of messages for the people, but people go and watch violent movies. I was telling all the time, American movies focused on virus, and we have the virus now. They were always talking about zombies attacking, this is attacking, that is attacking. Now, really, we are into the difficult situation. So now coming to the another most important simple stress management tool is, there is a very simple stress management technique called, just a minute, please. Stress management technique. Japanese method of relaxation. I'll unmute myself and you can just tell me.
A Japanese method to relax in 5 minutes. Every day you are stressed about too many things: work, relationship, family, bills, other people's opinions. A certain amount of stress is normal and even necessary, but excessive stress can take a toll on your life and health. You're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you next. You can get rid of stress in no time at all. All you need to cope with anxiety and headache is just one method, a unique ancient Japanese technique. It takes less than 5 minutes and can be done about anywhere. To practice the technique, you should first understand that each finger of your hand represents a different feeling or attitude. Let's see exactly what. Here's your hand: thumb, index, middle, ring, and pinky. The thumb helps combat emotions like anxiety and worry. The index can help you combat fear. The middle finger helps you control anger and resentment. The ring finger can help you fight depression and sadness. Also, it's responsible for making you more decisive. And the pinky helps to calm anxiety and increases optimism and confidence. This finger represents self-esteem. Let's repeat it again. Thumb, anxiety. Index, fear. Middle, anger. Ring, sadness. Pinky, self-esteem. Keep repeating it till you remember it. Now let's see how this unusual method works. To harmonize the life energy in the body, grasp the finger with the opposite hand, wrapping all the fingers and thumb around it. Now hold each finger for 1 to 2 minutes. You will know it's working when you feel a pulsating sensation. If you want to calm your mind, slightly press in the center of the palm with the thumb of the opposite hand and hold it for at least 1 minute. It will help you relieve stress, get rid of negative thoughts, and get peace of mind in the middle of the hustle and bustle. Practice this technique every day to stay calm and reestablish the balance within yourself. Remember that there are many other ways to cope with stress: exercise, yoga, massage, meeting friends, good music, and others. However, this technique is one of the best methods to revive yourself quickly. This method absolutely works wonders for everyone, regardless of age and gender. Have you already tried it? How did it work for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're really interested in them. Don't forget to hit the like button below and click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life.
You have seen this method of relaxation. See, there is good sites in Instagram and Facebook, which is called as the bright side. So this is one site where you get a lot of information. See, there are people who are seeing a lot of unwanted information. Bright side is giving a lot of very good information, which is really interesting. And there is another one called as good news movement. Good news movement. There's an Instagram as well as it's in Instagram. Good news movement is in Instagram, where a lot of everyday happy news from around the world will come. It will make you relaxed. It will make you really relaxed when you see those sites. And also, what else is there? Another stress buster is maybe this may be funny for adults, but it is good for young people. So you go to some sites where the Zumba, the simple dance moves, basic Zumba dance moves are taught, where they can practice, and Zumba gives a lot of reflection. And when you see, one thing is, movement is medicine. Now remember one thing: all your adolescents are packed into the homes. They are unable to move much, so much of anxiety, unable to go for a long walk, particularly in Chennai. Now that it was ranking in the first place for the past few days, so children were not even allowed to go out of the house. So it's a very difficult thing. Inside the house they can do the Zumba. So instead of going for a long walk, or they can climb the staircase and come down and go up like that. So this is possible. And finally, we have three more strategies. Time management. There are a lot of techniques for time management. One is, see, there are 86,400 seconds in a day. And still always what we say we don't have time. That's very atrocious. See, the Times Warner Group, the Warren Buffett says that in the beginning of the day, you have $86,400 in your hand. Similarly, in Indian conditions, 86,400 rupees in your hand you can earn. But what happened? 86,400 seconds, whether we are using it properly. We go to social media and spend 2-3 hours there. Okay, we go to sleep in the daytime, spend a lot of time. We go to unnecessary cheating, unnecessary chatting. So we spend a lot of time. There are some people come to chat with you to waste your time. So time management is very important. There are several time management techniques you can teach them. One simple technique is, see, where even if there are 5 units, there are some, if they study, very simple to read, but they can score 80%. There is a rule called Pareto rule. 20% time you put, you get 80% effort, 80% reward. 20% effort and 80% reward. 80% effort and 20% reward. So choose the one which is best for you. And when you have tasks which you don't like, there is a very difficult subjects which you don't like, but don't keep it just like that. Whenever you find time, little you read. That is called as a Swiss cheese technique. Swiss cheese. I'm just typing in the chat window. Swiss cheese technique. You can go and see the Swiss cheese. It will have a lot of holes. That means from the cheese, take out little holes, and from a big task, take out some small task and complete. The big task will disappear one day. And mindfulness, I just taught you a very simple 1 minute mindfulness. try to practice mindfulness, be without any negative thoughts and concentrate on a single thought. Lot of meditation, mindfulness meditation tools are available. I do a separate session on mindfulness. And 14th, please go to internet, because I am given only one for 30, 45 minutes, 1.5 hours. There are 2 techniques for emotion management, very important techniques for emotion management. One is called emotional freedom technique, and another one is called Ho'oponopono meditation. They are all separate sessions which can be known. Emotional freedom technique, very beautiful technique based on acupressure, where tapping at certain points in your body, there are 6-7 tapping points. If you tap that, you just get relieved about any negative emotion, any negative stress. And the second thing is, there is a very beautiful meditation where lakhs of sites is devoted to this meditation, which is called as the Ho'oponopono meditation. This is an excellent meditation for removing negativity in our life, improving abundance, improving our mindset, having a growth mindset, and forgetting past memories. Ho'oponopono meditation. So I have given all the tools required for both intellect development, that is mental development, as well as emotion development. And moreover, when they are wanting cognitive development and emotional development, above all these things, one of the most important things is they have to plan for their life, smart goal setting in their life, what they are going to do. Many of the people, we have never written what we are going to do in 5 years, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, where we have to be, without doing any proper goal setting for our future. We are just like a river flowing. Wherever there is an opportunity place to flow, it is flowing. So try to focus on goal setting training also for young people. So with this, I just to close my lecture, and I welcome any questions from you. And if there is anything, you can also, if you want to know further about anything, you can always contact me, and I can give you the inputs. My email ID I'm sharing with you, and my WhatsApp number I'm sharing the chat window. Thank you very much, and thanks to Madam for the opportunity given to me to deliver this lecture on the ATAL platform. Over to the coordinator.
So thank you very much, madam, for your thought-provoking session. So now it is open for discussion. Suppose if any of the participants they have any questions, 1 or 2 questions they can ask.
Yeah. Even you can type your questions in the chat window, I can answer it. But take care to see that whatever I've shared here, go and see. It will be beneficial both for you, for your own children in the house, and for your students in the college. So try to have a look at them, and you will really feel overwhelmed. See, there was one question which is, I'm not getting good sleep in night, that make headache in another day. See, all of you, I'm giving you one suggestion. See, nowadays you see for this COVID-19, there are a lot of medicines suggested, and it is leading to a lot of difficulties after the recovery. You know, the recovery process is very long because of allopathic medicines, and you all know that allopathic medicines are very they have side effects. So what we have to do is we have to go to naturopathy, we have to go to natural treatments, we have to practice yoga meditation. See, somebody has asked, I'm not getting sleep in the night. Do this one. I am going to give a yoga workshop on 21st of June in NITTTR. You can go and see the NITTTR website and register. It's going to be a 1.5 hour yoga mudra workshop. So those who are having sleep disorders, please do this one mudra, which is called as the, what is that? Pran mudra. You see this. The last two fingers connect with your index finger and just keep it even in the sleeping posture. After you have started to sleep, just keep on your thighs and just maybe think about your any mantra or just blank mindfulness. You will not know when you slept. It's a very beautiful yoga mudra. And if you want to know mudras for any of your disorders, sleep or eye problem or stomach problems, anything, you can just go to YouTube. I prefer a good site. I just always recommend this one because there are people from different things, which is called as the, you put yoga, A to Z Cure. A to Z Cure is the name of the site. YouTube site, and there all the mudras for your different problems. So for example, now huge heat you are facing in the body, so you can, now it's a very summer season, so you just keep the, this is called as the jal mudra. So you can keep this. So all mudras are given in this site, is A to Z Cure. You can just go for sleep, what is the mudra? For pain, what is the mudra? For brain development, what is the mudra? For emotion, getting rid of depression or whatever it is, sad situation, what is the mudra? So all these things are in A to Z Cure. Okay, so if there are no more questions, madam, we can close, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. So may I now invite Ms. Ruby Freya to propose vote of thanks?
On behalf of the Department of Civil Engineering, I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. S. Renukadevi, ma'am. It was a very inspiring talk, ma'am. I'm sure everyone, all the participants will agree to, since they have given it in the chat box also. The session was very interactive from the beginning, and thank you for all the links and suggestions, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity. And all of you, your college also, you can join me on June 21st for my yoga mudra. It will be very useful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.